What up, dudes? Welcome to the video. My name's Kevin Duty. First of all, if you're watching, please subscribe. Go ahead and also go to my Instagram and follow me at duties_daggers. That way you're kind of all up to date on the channel news and such. So we're checking out the my whole knife collection today, all of them. It's not as big as it has been in the past, but I've been doing a lot of trading recently. I haven't really been buying a whole lot of new knives for myself. But nevertheless, there are quite a few new ones since I last did a collection video. So we're going to just go through them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each. I have reviews on most of these knives, so if you want to learn more about one of them, just look around on my channel and you'll find it. So here we go. First of all, the Ontario Rat Model 2 in D2 steel, otherwise known as the R2D2. I did a stone washing on this blade. Just a really good budget knife. Very good blade. Very good action. Snappy. It's a good one. We're going to see if I'm going to have room for all these. We'll see. Next up, the Kaiser Rogue. Now, I'm not sure if they sell this one anymore, but if you see it online, it's going to look different than this one. It had a lot of black coating on it, but I sanded all that off, got down to the bare titanium, and did some anodizing on it, and I think it looks quite better. This is a really good utility blade. Thin behind the edge, Warncliffe blade. Very good one. Next, the Petrified Fish Baluga. This one I modified a bit as well. I rounded off the back here. It used to be more square. I don't carry this knife a whole lot. It's a little bit too beefy and kind of it's just big and kind of bulky for me, but surprisingly thin behind the edge. This thing does slice pretty darn well. Let me switch these. There we go. Next up, Protech Calmigo, my only automatic knife that I own at the moment. This is just a little California legal side opening auto. This thing packs a punch though. It fires out pretty hard. Got a safety switch. Usually this is a fifth pocket carry. Well, let's go ahead and do this one. The Demco 80-20.5, one of my favorite knives in the collection. It's wearing aluminum scales from OG Goat with a really awesome milling pattern on them. One of my favorite knives, like I said. One of my best knives as well. Never sell this guy, that's for certain. Let's do some, let's do a pair that I just acquired recently. The first is the Ferrum Forged Stinger. This is a lightweight, thin, very slicey EDC blade. Very thin behind the edge, great choke up spot. Really been liking this one. And its little brother, the Ferrum Forged Mini Archbishop. Very small knife, sub 2-inch blade, but you know, you can choke up and it feels much bigger than it really is. All the same characteristics as the Stinger, very snappy, thin behind the edge. It's a good one. Let's look at some CIVIVIs. First up, the CIVIVI Altus. Very good button block by CIVIVI. One of my favorites. I've tried most of them at this point, and this one and the Conspirator are definitely my favorites. Just a really good medium-sized knife. I love it. And then the CIVIVI Conspirator, much bigger button lock by CIVIVI. We have a flipper tab and a fuller. This is a really good knife. This is my favorite CIVIVI at the moment. I got the one with the wood handles, but they come in different options. Very smooth, very good action. It's just a very good knife. All right, let's do I think it's my last CIVIVI actually. The CIVIVI Praxis. This was one of my first knives, and I still recommend this to people that want a sub $50 work knife. Thin behind the edge, nice broad blade, choke up spot, very comfortable. Deep carry clip, smooth on bearings. This thing is I still carry this from time to time. It's just a really good knife. Next up, this is kind of a weird one. This is just a knife from Amazon that I found. I was doing a video on the cheapest knives, or the best knives on Amazon for under $10, and I picked this one up not knowing that it was an automatic, And then when it came in the mail, I pushed this button, and lo and behold, it is an automatic. And it's a real piece of crap, but I really love the sound that it makes when you deploy the blade. It just sounds really cool, and it's just kind of fun to mess around with, so I like to keep it around. I think it was like $6. The PM2, the Spyderco PM2, probably my best, well, I don't know. It's definitely up there with being one of my best knives. Definitely the best blade steel out of any of my knives. This has the best edge retention in my collection. It's just a fantastic knife. It's got titanium scales from Titanium, you know, clip from MXG, the CME. It's just an extremely good knife. The CGRB Crag. This is kind of an interesting one. They made a couple knives with this kind of interesting lock on it. It's almost like a shark lock, but nowhere near as good. But it kind of operates the same. You pull down on it. It's on the spine. I got it, and I kind of messed it up doing a lot of mods to it, and I did a lot of sanding and grinding. This is pretty much my ultimate beater knife when I really need to, beat up a knife. This is what I grab. But pretty interesting locking mechanism, if you're wanting to kind of get the feeling of a 80-20.5 and you can't afford it, this would kind of give you an idea. Next up, the Orion Solaris. I freaking love this knife. Just such a smooth button lock. Very interesting, unique design. You've never seen a knife quite like this. Beautiful, beautiful stone washing. Great detent. Great sounds. Really, really like this knife. Next up, the Benchmade Griptilian. This has been my primary work knife for a month or two now. I really love the sheep's foot version. It's just a really good EDC blade shape. Axis lock is great. Just really, really easy knife to use. My other Benchmade, the Benchmade Bugout. This was my first expensive knife, and I still carry it from time to time. I still think it's a great knife. Particularly when it's wearing titanium scales. This one's got a copper backspacer as well. Really great knife. If you're looking for, if you want it lighter, you can just leave the stock scales on, but I wanted to class it up a little bit, and it really changed the knife for me and turned it into something I really loved. Let's see, will that fit up there? Yeah. Alright, just a couple more. We have the ZT0562. This big boy, Hinderer design, frame lock, very smooth. I haven't really hard used this thing yet. I'm kind of scared to scratch it, but I've always wanted a Hinderer design. This is my first one, and it's just a really good knife. Unbelievably comfortable to grip. Just a really well put together tank of a knife. And then we got my Victorinox Tinker. This is my only Victorinox. It's wearing some micarta scales. This is what I put in my pocket when I'm not at work and I don't have my Leatherman on my belt. I usually throw this in my pocket. Just a really good, it's got all the tools I need. Nice compact design. And then we have the CJRB Malaya, the one that I ruined. Go back and watch that video if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But I attempted to make this knife better, and I completely ruined it. It was a great knife until I got my hands on it, and now not so much. Next we got the Harns Wind, just a slim office carry, I guess you'd say, or a gentleman's carry. But, snappy detent. I like this knife. 14C28 in blade steel. Just a really slim, just a slim kind of, gentlemanly knife. Gosh. Next we got the CRKT LCK. flipper, liner lock. I really like the blade shape on this one. It's kind of like a little, I don't know, just really pointy, daggery kind of looking knife. Nice hollow grind, very sharp choke cut position. This thing's pretty fun. Running out of space here. The Kershaw Atmos, the only Kershaw that I own at the moment. I really like the flipper on this guy. It's just really fun. It's a fun knife. Not a great knife, but yeah, it's fun. Then we got the CIVIVI Fracture. This is kind of a modern slip joint by CIVIVI, Tonto. It's got a half stop, deep carry clip. Cool knife. Alright, we're down to the slip joints and then we will be done. This is the Rough Rider. I'm not sure what the model is. Got your spay blade. Got your clip point blade. Really good walk and talk on this guy. Very stiff. VG10 steel. Next we got the Rough Rider work knife. A bigger slip joint with a half stop. And Warncliffe, I guess, well, is that a sheep's foot? I don't know. Really good blade shape for EDC though. This is a fantastic slip joint knife for EDC. Full grip on it. Really like this one. And we got the Boker USB. This is my only OTF right now. Looks like a USB drive on your keychain, but it's actually an OTF. D2 steel. Kind of a fun little guy. And I think that's it. I might have some stragglers laying around, but those are the main, that's my main collection. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for sticking around and watching, folks. Like I said, if you have any questions on any of these knives in particular, just look around on my channel. You'll most likely see a review on it. And if you don't see a review on it and you have questions, just leave me a comment and I will get back to you. Thanks for watching. See you later.